Now on CoastTV News.
Dark skies, the fight to keep light pollution from ruining the view along the coast.
Charting her own path, Vice President Harris drawing attention today, plus what former President Trump is saying about a debate.
Wednesday was the pony swim, today the auction. We break down all the details.
And the U.S. economy is on track for an extremely rare achievement, sticking a soft landing. We explain exactly what that means.
And we're having a bit of a soft landing with the rain that we were expecting. It didn't necessarily come to fruition as it should have. And now we get ready for a great weekend.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Candidate Harris arrives, from meetings with world leaders to tussles with Donald Trump. Good evening. I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with presidential politics.
President Biden is back to work hours after telling the nation why he chose to drop out of the 2024 race for the White House.
Today he hosts Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, hoping to finally forge a ceasefire deal and bring home hostages still held by Hamas.
Vice President Harris's campaign released its first official ad before she had a meeting separately with the Prime Minister. And the Trump campaign now making its first moves against Harris. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Shifting power dynamics on display today as President Biden and Vice President Harris meet separately with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. While she vies to lead the Democratic Party, the vice president putting her own stamp on an issue that's divided it, voicing support for Israel's security and freeing the hostages with a ceasefire deal.
As I just told Prime Minister Netanyahu, it is time to get this deal done.
While using stark terms to describe the death and devastation in Gaza.
We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
Netanyahu's visit and fiery speech before Congress touching off intense protests in Washington.
Israel bombs, USA pays!
That led Vice President Harris to condemn, quote, despicable acts by some protesters who burned the American flag and scrawled pro-Hamas graffiti. Prime Minister Netanyahu set to meet tomorrow with former President Trump, who's been vocally supportive of Israel, and said today on Fox News the Prime Minister needs to finish the job in Gaza.
You got to get it done quickly because they are getting decimated with this publicity.
The former president also ramping up attacks against his new likely opponent, shedding his promised unity message following the attempted assassination.
They say something happened to me when I got shot. I became nice. When you're dealing with them, you can't be too nice.
Earlier in Houston, Vice President Harris thanked the American Federation of Teachers for their work for children and their endorsement, as she tries to highlight both domestic and foreign policy in a presidential campaign at warp speed. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Breaking news tonight on the political front, a release from Trump's campaign communications director on a possible debate. It reads, quote, given the continued political chaos surrounding crooked Joe Biden and the Democrat Party, general election debate details cannot be finalized until Democrats formally decide on their nominee. There is a strong sense by many in the Democrat Party, namely Barack Hussein Obama, that Kamala Harris is a Marxist fraud who cannot beat President Trump, and they are still holding out for someone better. Therefore, it would be inappropriate to schedule things with Harris because Democrats very well could still change their minds, unquote. Vice President Harris responded on Twitter asking, what happened to any time, any place?
Moving a little closer to home, a new policy with a strange name was introduced today called PUDDLE, which stands for Preventing Unnecessary Death During Life-Threatening Events. Delaware Representative Lisa Blunt Rochester is one of the bill's sponsors. The goal to protect families from utility shutoff during extreme weather. That includes heat waves and cold snaps. Under this new legislation, utility companies would not be able to disconnect electricity for overdue bills when weather poses a health risk.
New at 11, there was a car accident this morning at the intersection of Old Vine and Route 9 just before noon. Take a look at the photo here. This was posted by the Milton Fire Department. They were assisting the Lewes Fire Department. You can see the damage done to the SUV in the frame here. And according to officials, there was an entrapment caused by the crash. One person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Let's take a live look into the Lewes area right now as we check in with our chief meteorologist, Paul Williams. Paul, I know we've got a great weekend coming. What is Friday looking like, though?
Oh, Friday is you know what? We're good on Friday, too, okay, Charlie?
Excellent.
Yeah, we're good on Friday, too. Yeah, Charlie's asking because he's lining it up. I can see, maybe. Yeah, it's a definite. My money's on he's going to be there. All right, so look, we're going to drop down to 70 degrees even by 2 o'clock. Partly cloudy skies. Glorious, beautiful weekend. Kind of gets a pep in your step. It's going to be that kind of a weekend with lower humidity. Now, we have the little bit of shower activity that pushed through. It really puttered out quickly, and the heaviest of showers stayed to our south, so we were quite fortunate to avoid that. And we can see those showers still manifesting well to our south and out of the way. The cold front has already pushed through, and the winds have now changed directions now that the winds are coming out of the northwest. We're looking more and more at even cooler conditions, even as we go into the weekend. Friday's looking good. Saturday and Sunday, I can't wait to tell you about that as well, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. Wednesday, we got the pony swim. Today, we got the pony auction, and big bids were the theme. In fact, it was a record-breaking day on Chincoteague Island. Each year, hundreds of people pack into the carnival grounds, making their way from across the country to try their hand and their wallet at bidding on a wild pony. A couple first-timers tell us they were nervous, but in the end, they got what they came for, great memories and a new addition to the family.
Definitely. We were wondering, if we had enough money saved up or what, but ended up working out pretty good.
It's been a great experience. I'd recommend anybody to give it a try if it's on their bucket list.
How about these eye-popping numbers? The auction raised nearly $550,000. 2 buyback foals, ponies that returned to Assateague, surpassed previous bid records, raking in $50,000 and $45,000 each. All of that money will be used to help care for the wild ponies and help the volunteer fire company on Chincoteague.
Beautiful night skies and plants along roads might be a thing of the past if people don't get involved. Fenwick Island held an event today showcasing the importance of the Dark Sky Initiative, which tries to stop light pollution and green infrastructure that's spreading awareness to plant more in Fenwick Island. And the head of the Green Infrastructure Working Group explains how you can make a difference.
Put some of these practices into play in their own yard. If you don't have space to put a huge tree, at least start by doing some hedgerows, have some natural hedges and things like that.
This was the first event they've held here in Fenwick Island, but with a they hope to have many more in the future.
The lodge at Historic Lewes, a retirement community, is trying to get out of paying the gross receipt rental tax. They argue that it shouldn't apply to them. The company says the mayor approved the lodge to be an independent assisted living and memory care facility. Therefore, lodge does not fall under the classification of a short-term or long-term rental because it's a care facility. Greg Stevens, who is president of the company that owns the lodge, made the case to the city council Thursday.
Well, at the lodge, we have service agreements, so we don't actually have leases. So the services that we offer are much more extensive than you would get in a regular apartment building.
The company says the mayor approved the lodge to be an independent living assisted living and memory care facility. Since the lodge has already been hit with the tax, it was suggested that the lodge bring this problem before the Board of Adjustment because the city council by code doesn't actually have the authority to appeal this. The city council, though, does have the ability to change their code.
Some important reminders from firefighters tonight after an electrical fire in Salisbury. Here you can see the burned up outlet coming out of the wall. The Salisbury Fire Department says this afternoon a lithium battery failed while charging. The agency says the homeowner was able to put out the fire before crews arrived. The fire department says you should look for UL tested or third-party tested products. Only charge these items when you are home and do not charge them in an area of egress.
A new historical marker can be found in Cambridge. MDOT says it honors the Choptank Indian Reservation in Cambridge which was in an area of Locust Neck overlooking Goose Creek and the Choptank River. According to the agency, it was occupied by the Choptank people of the 1790s and was the last colonial-era reservation in Maryland. The U.S. economy is on track for an extremely rare achievement, sticking a soft landing. That's when inflation returns to the Fed's target without a recession. Some evidence, Commerce Department figures show that the economy expanded a robust 2.8% annualized in the second quarter. Meanwhile, inflation resumed a downtrend and seems to be on track to slow further towards the Federal Reserve's ultimate goal of a 2% target. We're just getting going this evening.
Still to come, one night to go. Paris braces for the start of the Olympic Games and tomorrow's opening ceremonies.
And plans to protect a 29-acre parcel in downtown Lewes, how it could be the first of its kind in the first state.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast in Cambridge, 83 to 85 from Friday to Saturday, up to Sunday to 87 degrees, no rain. Holding for the same situation for us, similar in Crisfield, 82 to 83, back down to 82, but still no rain expected here. And we'll talk about your no rain weekend in about 60 seconds.
Big fun is on at the Delaware State Fair. Thrilling rides, fair food, farm animals, and the Delaware Lottery Summer Concert Series at the M&T Bank Grandstand, July 18th through 27th. Tickets and details at DelawareStateFair.com.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. Or get $4,000 purchase cash on this Sierra. We are professional grade GMC.
Big fun is on at the Delaware State Fair. Thrilling rides, fair food, farm animals, and the Delaware Lottery Summer Concert Series at the M&T Bank Grandstand, July 18th through 27th. Tickets and details at DelawareStateFair.com.
So Charlie and Mallory are asking me, what about Friday? What about Saturday? What about Sunday? Well, what about them? I'll tell you what about them. They're all looking good. Even Monday is looking good. Tuesday, no, but Monday, even Monday is looking mighty fine. Our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Camera in Ocean City, highlighting that we're going to drop down to about 71 degrees by 2 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. Once again, not a problem. I mean, even the winds have calmed down. You can see how the vegetation is just kind of holding still and holding firm. We're at 73 degrees uniformly along a good portion of the coast for not only for Lewes, but also for Rehoboth as well as Bethany Beach. But we're also holding at 73 degrees right now in Milton, Redding, as well as Milford, and in Del Mar, as well as Salisbury. Live radar, we're seeing the last remnants of the rain that pushed through. Now, we had a couple of isolated pockets that flared up just briefly for us, particularly along Highway 24 between Lewes down towards the Millsboro area, right along Highway 24. We had a brief heavy downpour there that caused a little bit of delay with some of the traffic for a moment or two. That was it. Over to the west, it's very quiet, and it's staying that way. And then we widen the scope to see what's happening with the frontal boundary. We have the cold front that's pushing its way from the north to the south. And as it does that, it's pushed the opportunity for scattered showers right along with it. Now, the amount of rain that we've had today, minuscule for the most part. We're talking about 1/10 of an inch of rain, for example, in Ocean City as well as Salisbury, and at the official Georgetown site, really little to nothing. So we take an expectation of Friday morning to bring with it some cloudy start, but a sunny ending. So we start off at 3 o'clock in the morning, a bit cloudy, 5 o'clock in the morning, a bit cloudy, 8:30 in the morning, very cloudy. But then it'll start clearing up a little bit more for us. Take a look at this. I mean, we're looking for increasing sunshine by the time we get into the afternoon hours, by noon and by 2 and 4 o'clock. 81 with the winds then coming out of the northeast. Now, with the winds coming out of the northeast, that's a much drier wind, so it's not going to pose a problem. And take a look at our rain chances for Friday, down to like below low, you know. This was just to make a point, to overemphasize a point. And our future rain is looking dismal as well, with no expectation with future rain. Our state fair forecast, by the way, a whole lot brighter, a whole lot better. We're looking for clearer conditions. We're looking for brighter conditions, and we're definitely expecting much drier conditions. Going into this weekend, it's not only going to be sunny and drier, but it won't be oppressively humid, so you'll be able to actually enjoy the fair. Here's a quick look at your 3-day forecast. For Assateague, we're going 75 on Friday, 77 on Saturday, and on Sunday, we go up a little bit farther. For example, Ocean City will go from 75 to 77 from Friday to Saturday, with partly sunny skies. We will be in the low 80s, Fenwick Island. And then finally, before we wrap it up, Rehoboth Beach, 79 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday, but Lewes a bit warmer. We'll have 85 on Saturday and 86 on Sunday, but still no rain expected. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Now, weekend 85 and 87. Monday, like I said, still holding firm with the sunshine. It's not until we get to next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we start talking about scattered showers and maybe even a thunderstorm by next Wednesday and Thursday.
Thank you very much, Paul. We appreciate that. We'll check back in a bit. It's no secret that open space is dwindling in Sussex County, especially along the coast. But a grassroots effort is working to preserve nearly 30 acres of land that you might not even know is right downtown.
Coast TV News anchor Madeline Overturf had the chance to visit the 4th Street Preserve and learn how, if it's saved, it will be the first of its kind in the entire state.
Birds sing in a forest canopy. A butterfly lounges in the sunshine. Cicadas chirp. These are the sights and sounds in the 4th Street Preserve, the oldest deeded property in Lewes.
To me, what's really beautiful about this forest is how the light comes through the trees, and you can just see all of the plant life. You can just see how this property looked 350 years ago.
This is the last open space in Lewes city limits, home to wildlife, including a bald eagle's nest.
This is the 22-acre parcel, and then this is the 7-acre parcel on this side of 4th Street.
The Open Space Alliance campaign is working to raise $8 million by September 2025 to save this forest. Jim Ford says if they're successful, this will be Delaware's first urban forest.
A lot of talk is about mental health now and mental aspects of people, and an opportunity to just come and enjoy an area of peace and quiet, of solitude, natural habitat, educational opportunities this would provide. All of those amenities would be another asset for the community as a whole.
One of the plans for this parcel is to build a walking trail somewhere in the over 25 acres here. Now, the exact location of that trail, that's to be determined, but organizers say it will be sure to not disturb any wetlands, wildlife, or even the surrounding neighborhoods.
There will be no parking lots, no bathrooms, but it'll be a place where people can come and really kind of get away from the traffic, from the busyness of city life.
A space of peace and quiet in downtown Lewes. For Coast TV News, I'm Madeline Overturf.
Organizers say the property owners are very cooperative and they want to sell it to the Open Space Alliance, but of course, nothing is free.
There are a lot of fundraising events, including one this weekend. We have those details on our website, CoastTV.com, but right now we're going to jump into our Coast TV poll. We want to know what aspect of open space is the most significant to you.
Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier tonight. On your screen here, it looks like the majority of you are saying wildlife. That's at 79% right now. 17% voted for urban forest and just 4% for recreation.
So a little lopsided there, but if you want to take part in the voting process, it's easy to do. Go to CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. In health news, people with chronic kidney disease can learn how to slow down its progress and symptoms on Delmarva tomorrow. Tidal Health is holding a free class from 2 to 4 p.m. at its training center in Front Street in Seaford. The healthcare organization says that its nephrologist will present everything from monitoring kidney disease to diet to transplant options and even finances. Caregivers can attend as well. RSVP ahead of time is asked for.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. We've got personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now. It's free. Just go to coasttv.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
Still to come, the return of Comic-Con, the first full-go hosting of this major event since COVID.
And next, isn't this just cable? More streamers are teaming up as one big bundle.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water. Or maybe into some hot water, if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-GOLFER, FHFur.com.
Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with summer savings at Gateway Subaru. Right now, save up to $3,300 on a new 2024 Subaru Outback. Plus, take advantage of great financing rates as low as 0% for 48 months. At Gateway Subaru, we're committed to higher standards, ensuring every journey starts with trust and excellence. Stop by and discover the thrill of the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Designed for the bold, ready for any adventure. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Mr. Meyer was an awesome teacher.
I taught middle school math in Wilmington.
He goes out of his way. You could just see he really cared.
My students faced the most serious challenges in our community. They needed so much more than algebra.
When he became county executive, he worked to improve all of our schools.
We got teachers funding to innovate in their classrooms, started 1,000 Kids Coding to help low-income students get high-income skills.
Matt Meyer is someone who, when he says he's gonna do something, he does the work. Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today. This is Coast TV News at 11.
The streaming wars continue to heat up. Warner Brothers Discovery and Disney have joined forces to launch a cross-studio bundle. The effort is to attract new customers. The deal offered by the entertainment giant offers customers a bundle that includes Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max at a lower price. Officials with the company say that the gathering of these three services can be purchased by new and existing customers for $16.99 per month. That's with ads. It's $29.99 if you want to go ad-free, and this all started today. The announcement comes as competition is on the rise with rivals Amazon Prime and Netflix.
San Diego Comic-Con is back to its full force pre-pandemic strength and its first regular Comic-Con convention in 5 years. It had back-to-back cancellations, then instituted COVID protocols during the pandemic. Then last year, the SAG-AFTRA union strike forced nearly every studio to pull its panels. This year's convention is expected to draw about 130,000 people. It runs through Sunday.
I am always impressed by the outfits these people come up with for that. Coming up in sports, a thrilling championship battle in the Maryland Supreme Summer League. Our DSN crew breaks it down.
And also Olympics Eve. The First Lady is in Paris ahead of tomorrow's opening ceremonies.
And as we get ready for your golf forecast, listen, nothing ceremonial about this one. Go ahead and get your sticks ready, folks. It's looking really good. In fact, it's looking, as that old Keanu Reeves movie says, excellent.
Hi,
I'm Sussex County farmer Blaine Hitchens, and I plant cover crops to improve my soil health. Cover crops help with nutrient cycling, weed suppression, and also reducing our input costs. I'm also improving water quality and my soils are more productive, increasing my yield and bottom line. Healthy soils produce healthy crops. Cost share signups are going on now. To take advantage of the financial assistance, stop by the Conservation District to enroll in the cover crop cost share program because every acre counts.
Do you have the right work truck? Do you have a Duramax engine with an Allison automatic transmission? First State Chevrolet is your commercial truck headquarters on Route 113 in Georgetown.
Save $10,000 on this new 2023 Silverado 6500.
Save $12,000 on this 2024 low cab forward dump truck.
Save $9,000 on this new 2024 low cab forward box truck.
Plus, we can service all your medium duty work trucks in our state-of-the-art service department.
We're First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
Faster internet is better. That's why Extreme is increasing speeds and lowering prices, giving you more go, more whoa, more vroom, and boom for less. Get Internet 250 with whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro for just $19.99 a month for a year. Plus, add the Xumo Stream Box for even more value. New faster speeds, new lower prices. Call 844-EXTREME2.
In less than 24 hours, Olympic athletes will drift down the Seine for the first floating opening ceremony. First Lady Jill Biden will be on hand after what's been a busy week for the family. NBC's Liz McLaughlin has been in Paris following all the Olympic hype.
Stick!
Handing off the baton to U.S. athletes.
Your president and I are behind you every step of the way, as is every single American.
First Lady Jill Biden paid a visit to the practice track.
It's a very special experience.
Adjacent to the Team USA's welcome headquarters. Featuring an illuminated entrance in the City of Light with a soundtrack of cheering fans. Where Nike provides a winning wardrobe to athletes.
This is where they're going to be picking up their medal stand kit. So we like to call this our tuxedo of sport.
We were shown to a personalized room with a full kit to try on. A tailor ensures a perfect fit for the podium, including custom-made kicks for Team USA athletes.
This is a moment that we want to celebrate. I mean, these athletes have worked their entire lives to come here to this moment.
Along with mix and match pieces, a vintage style sweater commemorates 100 years since Paris last hosted the Summer Games. Team USA will don preppy looks from Ralph Lauren for opening ceremony, including flag bearers LeBron James and Coco Gauff.
I feel like we just hold the flag, so I don't think I can mess it up too much.
BMXers picked out Olympic rings and added their signatures to locks for a special display in honor of the famous Lovelock Bridge, hoping to secure a medal when the games kick off. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News, Paris.
And we are now just one day away from the 2024 Paris Olympics. A reminder, you can only watch the games here. CoastTV, the exclusive home for the action. It all starts tomorrow. And then starting Saturday, July 27th, tune in to CoastTV for the Olympic Zone. This is a show that features daily summaries and showcases of up-to-the-minute Olympic content. There are super cool behind-the-scenes content stories that set the stage for the most important action every night of the games. All this happening exclusively on CoastTV News at 7:30 during the Olympics.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The Maryland Supreme Summer League Basketball Championship coming down to the final minutes. TSN's Kayla Santiago and Tim Nolan bring us to the action.
It's the Laurel Dogs, the number 4 seed, trying to stay on the upset alert train against Bull on the Beach at the number 2 seed, trying to come out victorious here in 2024 in the Maryland Supreme Summer League.
Amon Evans, the point, saying I'm like that. That made it a 19
19-9 edge for the Dogs, 19-6 in fact, and then Chandler said, all right, it's time to get real, and Bull on the beach, just like Bull seeing a Matador's red, and they took it right to the Dogs.
That they did, and Damon Chandler looking everybody up and down saying, I can do it too. J.P. Purnell able to knock it down from Tripletown. He's going to be a really good additive guard to Damon Chandler as well. And how about this? Jeremiah Hopkins, a very good game in that first half for the Laurel Dogs. He had 9 total points for this team, and they needed it down the stretch as Burton was there and Brock Hill in this contest. He did end up fouling out with 3 minutes left to go in the second half, so it was players like Burton and Ely that needed to step up.
Absolutely. I mean, this was back and forth and back and forth. That, I think, was the big difference maker in the second half. Solomon David, 2 3-pointers, and that helped the rest of the defense really spread out for the Dogs. They couldn't throw as many bodies at Chandler and Wise, and Chandler especially made it happen in closing time along with Judah Carmack.
45-41, your final score. A big congratulations to Bull on the Beach for coming out on top.
That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. Or get $4,000 purchase cash on this Sierra. We are professional grade GMC.
Hi, I'm Joel Wharton, Sussex County farmer. Don't wait until after harvest to plant your cover crops. Consider broadcasting or interseeding cover crops into your standing cash crop. Early establishment provides more growth potential and more soil armor over winter. It also saves time because after harvest, the cover crop is already growing and protecting the soil, cycling nutrients, and preventing erosion. To learn more about the benefits and ways to establish cover crops early, contact the Sussex Conservation District because every acre counts.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series, gas, hybrid, or all-electric. These are the deals you've been waiting for. So don't wait. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Make it 0% APR financing. Make it a 0 down payment and make it no payments for 90 days on select Ford trucks.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in flooring, to ensure you get the best product to fit your needs and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
They worked with me, gave me different options, kept within that budget, completed it on time. Delmarva Design Center was awesome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care, women's health services, to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Hot diggity dog. That's what many people said when they visited Weiss and Lewes today. The famous Oscar Mayer Wienermobile gave hot dog connoisseurs the chance to step aboard. Some fans that visited got to ride with the vehicle as it was on the Cape May Lewes Ferry.
Well, wow. So our dry tech camera in Ocean City, expecting for temperatures to slip to 71 degrees, but it's clear. I mean, take a look at live radar. We're staying clear. Our umbrella giveaway winner, by the way, is Turba Contento of Millsboro. Congratulations. Ocean City sponsoring our 5-day UV index, and we're on the low side initially, but we're going to go up much higher for Friday, and you can keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line at 443-880-9100, sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandales, Brockstedt, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast. We go from 83 to 85 up to 87 and 88, but no rain till we get to next Tuesday. So I think we're in for quite a treat for a weekend.
Sounds good to me, Paul. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News. For more news and more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.